All right, guys, seeing if we can get into a new chat room here. I know you all can see me. I'm just waiting for more people to come in, and I'm trying to pull up the second one on my phone, which I don't have yet. So let me refresh that. Sorry about the weird angles until I get you back into position. Okay. Oops, just dropped my phone. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. My cover came off. My screen protector. Let me close this so I can get this put back on. At least it didn't break. Okay. Sorry I had to come into another room. I saw where somebody commented just stay here, but that's not fair to the other people that had their blocks shown. I got 2 more sets of blocks I wanted to show. So I didn't want to show some people block and then some people blocks did not get shown. So didn't want to do that. Okay. So we'll just wait a few minutes to see if we get more people into the room. Or a minute, not necessarily a few minutes. Hey, Jennifer. Oh, goodness. This internet stuff is just horrible. I hope Kimelina comes back over here. So we're at 46. I think we were like at 85 or so when it went out. But, yeah, so sorry about that. There's absolutely nothing that I can do. I have recently had my services upgraded, and we haven't been having any problems until this pandemic when they supposedly reduced everybody's bandwidth. Just trying to see. I don't know if Elizabeth had a card or anything in here. I can't remember. But I have her blocks. I just don't see any paper. And Elizabeth is out of St. Louis, Missouri. And this is one of her blocks. So very pretty block. Nice fabrics. And I'm trying to find one with different blocks. So let me go down just a little bit and pull one out. And here's another block. I just love these, love crumb quilts, string quilts, and I love swapping this kind of stuff because I remember when I was doing the first time you all sent me these as for those charity quilts, it took me about block number 150 before I even saw a fabric that I had in my stash or that I had used. So I really like this. Very nice. Very nice weight to her fabrics as well. Very nice. Thank you, Elizabeth. Elizabeth is actually coming to retreat. So her envelope, I think I was telling you all, Elizabeth Murphy, that's where I signed off on the last one, is that when she went to the post office, they canceled her stamps on her return envelope. So I couldn't mail this back if I wanted to, but thank goodness she's coming to retreat, and so she'll end up picking up her blocks at retreat. But don't let them cancel your stamps out, because that means it's already been mailed. They will not take that from me at the post office. So let me get this back in the bag. Thank you all again for coming over. I see we're now up to in the 50s. And we got one more. Elizabeth was number 27. We got one more, but I want to check the messages just to make sure. We got Patricia Benson here. She says hello from Memphis. Hi, Patricia. Welcome to the live chat. I'm just showing blocks now that I've received. How come my chat is not showing me? It's showing my, it is showing my screen when I first log in. This is just crazy to me, but I'm just going to leave it because it's acting up. Judy Fortin says she's back. A lot of you all are back, so thank you all so much. And Judy says, T, your hair looks very pretty. Thank you so much. C-Rex says, T, your subscribers are growing. Yay. I haven't been out there in a minute to look at it, but I know I did those Butler videos, so I've been getting a lot of Butler users onto my channel and into my Facebook group as well. So I appreciate those guys as well. And Diane says, those pesky squirrels are everywhere. Yes, they are. Joan says, it just that so many people are on at once. Yes, I know that, but they also reduced, because they reduced the band usage for people because so many people were on it. Vicky T says, check your program. You could have a glitch in that. It sometimes happens. Check what program? What program am I checking? Benita's back. People saying nice colors. When and where is retreat? Retreat is here in St. Louis, Missouri. It's June 15th through the 21st. I think it's a 5-day retreat we're having. Cherise says, hi, I'm late. Hello, everybody. This is our second chat room, so you came on just in time. And Diane says she sees 55. I got 60 on my screen now that I see. Tessie Ash says, I'm in Magnolia, Texas. I'm new to this live. Thank you so much for coming. Welcome. If you got any quilt-related questions, anybody that's new to chat, you can pop those into the chat box as well. We're answering questions as well. I got one more set of blocks I want to show in this segment of the video. Sandra Thompson is here saying hello. Hi, Sandra. Tessie says, I'm a Butler user. Love your videos on Quilt Easy. Thank you so much. I have been meaning to upload this video on cropping. I have tried like 7 times to upload it to YouTube and it won't process it. So I am going to have to re-edit this video. So I don't know what the problem is. I edited another video. That's the second part of that video. It worked just fine. The second part is sitting up there ready to be released, but the first part is not. So I need to, I guess my job tomorrow is editing or re-editing the video that I've already done. So it's on cropping your edge to edge. Say if you've got applique or some blocks you don't want to quilt in. That's the topic on the next video. Let's see. Carolyn says, hi T, I'm back. Technology is overcrowded. Yes, it is. But why they always take it out on me? And Vicky says, all that use for live or you have trouble with. I don't know what you're saying, Vicky. Can you say it again? I'm confused. And it's not taking much since I've been put out. My brain's kind of frazzled right now. Thank you for coming back, everybody. Let's see. Kevin's back. He said, I just sold myself out of thread. Used it all up on this work trip. That's good. That means you've been busy. You've done a lot. And she says, yay, cropping. That's from Tessie. Vicky says, in November, I'm going to be a great grandma again. It's a boy. He's number 5. Congratulations. That's going to be fun. It's always, it doesn't matter what number they are. Babies are just so cute. So box number 28. This is from Camille Anderson out of Batesville, Arkansas. I have to look at the abbreviations there. She sent 52 blocks. This is her return. This is her information I asked people to put in to be used as your marker for your spot. And very, very colorful, as you can see through the bags. I'm just going to open up one and show you a couple of blocks here. So this is the last set of blocks. So just in case we get kicked out again, I want to get this shown. Very nice. A lot of people were really focused on trying to center the name, and just realize that you don't have to center your names. I've had some comments in my Facebook group. They just need to have something, some color around all 4 sides, and then you add your black. So it doesn't have to be spot on center, but some people did. They went through that extra trouble to do that, because I do realize when you're making crumb blocks that, you know, they could not be, you got different size strips, so it's not going to be exactly centered. But very nice job, Camille. Appreciate this. Fabrics are nice. Blocks are nice. Quilt sewing is nice. Very nice job. You're an awesome quilter. So I just wanted to at least get these blocks shown in case we lose visibility again. And put this into the box. Okay. Let's see. And people are telling Mary congratulations on the 5th grandchild. Let's see. And Tessie is asking, what is the project? We're swapping blocks. They're due by May 31st. We're sending in 50 blocks. So it's kind of too late for people that didn't know about it, unless you are like a really, really fast sewer. But they're due May 31st. I'm going to swap them out, and then they'll be mailed back by the end of June. And I say by the end of June because I'm also planning the retreat. And so I am making sure that I have the blocks exchanged so anybody at retreat can get their blocks at retreat. And then after that, I will make sure, some of you all might get them mailed back before. It just depends on when Kevin and I can meet. But most of them will be mailed after retreat. Just keep that in mind in case you're wondering where your blocks are. So they'll be put in the mail before the end of June. Let's see. Patricia says, congratulations, Vicky. And she says, I have 2 grandsons in Mississippi, about 14 minutes from me. That's pretty cool when they're close. Joan Elkin says that the blocks are very pretty. Doris says, welcome to, hi Tessie, welcome to Teaquilters. That's very nice of you, Doris, and welcome to the chat, Doris, as well. And Diane says, not me, mine are all over the place. Yeah, because when I do strings and crumbs, I just sew. I don't really be trying to like spot on anything. So yeah, mines are all over the place too. But I think it adds that white being such a glaring piece. And then the fact that it's got text on it, it's going to move up and down as you go into the block. So it's going to have its own sort of movement going on. I think they're going to be pretty when they're all put together. My brother is back. He said, I'm back, sis, but I don't get a notification. But I don't, you know, you didn't get a note. Well, I just went live. It should have told you that I was live, but the last one, I actually planned it. So it had plenty of time to tell people. So, Let's see. Mary's asking my brother at Ray, do you have your blocks in? Girl, he can hand sew. I would have to give him that. He'll sew buttons and hems, anything that he needs to fix. He will do that. He's the only other person in my family that will do their stuff. Otherwise, they try to get me to do mending, and I'll only do it for my mom. I don't do mending. I hate mending. I don't even mend my own stuff. Patricia says, I am interested in the retreat. Can we get more information, cost, and where the retreat location is, registration requirements? Email me at teaquilts@teaquilts.com. But basically, it's going to be at Mercy Center here in St. Louis County. And we are awaiting for them to open back up. It seems like they will probably be open, but we'll have some stay safe stipulations. The cost for retreat is $475, I think, if you're sharing a room. And then if you want a single room, because of the pandemic, they are available. They'll be another $125, so it'll be $600 for the retreat. But it's a 5-night retreat. Most of your meals are paid. Most of them. We're going out to eat, hopefully on a Friday, or I'm gonna have to order something or make something on Friday. I don't know, because we were I was hoping I could make reservations at one of the local restaurants for us to eat, so that meal is not included, but we'll see. Yeah, so if you're still interested, just let me know. I will have to have the money paid. It has to, well, today actually is my deadline, so that I can send them. I have to be 30 days out, so I can start making my list to send to them by Friday. I have to have my list to them of who all is coming. I'll ask her as well if anybody can be added on, but I don't want to add anybody onto retreat that I haven't gotten your money paid, because I'm obligated at this point. So let's see. Cheryl, okay, no, she's talking to Diane. Camille says, for those that wonder why I use white strips, those strips are pastels. What strips? What white strips? No, we were talking about the white block you sign on. Oh, it looks like it's pastel in with the light, I guess. It could be that too, but we know that you used the right fabric. I was just letting people know that you got your, it looked like the 2 blocks that I showed, your center was spot on. Just want to make sure that's clear. And my brother says, I will try to swap my block, my neighborhood. So I guess his blocks, his swap blocks are not completed, okay? Tiffany is here. Hi, Tiffany. Welcome. And she says, hi, T and everyone. And let's see. Looks like Cheryl and Diane are trying to plan a meeting date. That's pretty cool. I love meeting friends online, and you get to see them. I walk around quilt shows, and people go, are you Teaquilts? And I'm like, yes. And I have no idea who they are, because I don't get to see you all. So, yes. Camille says, wait until you see the rest of my blocks. The name is certainly not, oh, they're not dead center. Okay, that's good, because when I saw some of them, I'm saying, I hope she wasn't working too hard. I feel like when people are trying to get them dead center, that you are like working way too hard, adding more pieces on, that your blocks already can be squared to 10.5 inches. So I just feel like you may be working too hard. But that's good to know that you realize they didn't have to be dead center. So that's good. So it looks like we have gone through the questions. I have gone through the blocks. What did I do in the week? I normally do that first. I can't remember sometimes what I do in a week. I did do I did a live Saturday and kind of told people what I had done before. I think I put on a baby quilt that I finished. I'm going to give to my second great niece. I have a quilt on my long arm that I was trying to figure out how to do custom borders on the butler. But other than top and bottom, I think you almost have to take the quilt off and turn it and do the, take the sides and do the sides different if it's not a point to point. So I've been trying to figure that out, haven't figured that out. So it's been on the frame for a while, since Sunday, just sitting there. What else? We had Mother's Day, so happy belated Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. I got some special notes from some of you guys in any comment on any video, just telling me happy Mother's Day, so I appreciate that as well. So I appreciate you all being so thoughtful. I had a great day. It was so weird. My mom called me first and told me that she had food, so we went and got food. We put on our mask and all of that and went and got food, and we come back home. We didn't eat it there. We just I fixed some to go. And then I then I was home, and my daughter told me that she was bringing me food from my niece who had cooked for everybody as well. So I had 2 meals on Sunday, and it was so awesome. It was so good. I had food to last me until through to today, so I haven't had to cook since last Saturday. So it's been wonderful. My husband's been wanting fast food so bad that I went today and bought him Burger King. We got a new Burger King in our neighborhood, so I went ahead and bought him Burger King today. So he's happy as all get out. So, but yeah, let's see if we got any more comments just to make sure. Camille says, I hate to leave now, but Debbie is waiting, wanting my uninvited attention. See you later. Thank you so much for coming. Phyllis says, must be early in the morning. Thanks, T. I don't know what must be early in the morning. So yeah, but let's see, what else did I get? What else did I work on? I did the quilt, did Mother's Day, Monday and Tuesday. I've been cutting paper, guys. I'm back doing paper crafting, okay? I've been doing some of that while I've been trying to figure out in between this quilt and these borders that I don't think is gonna work. So I'm doing some paper crafting because I got something I need to get done for that. I don't know where Mary's coming from. There was a cartoon in Facebook about people using their dishwashers more and showers less during this time. Nobody. I don't even have a dishwasher. Unless you want to call my husband a dishwasher. Because if I cook, he has to wash the dishes. So sometimes if I'm like cooking and baking, then I'll wash the first set of dishes that I use for cooking while I'm doing the baking if I'm still hanging out in the kitchen. But for the most part, my husband washes the dishes, so that's nice. I wish I had electrical dishwasher though. Goodness. It's like once you have your kitchen kind of set up, you kind of get spoiled with certain things, and I would have to use like my cabinet that stores my pots and pans in order to install a dishwasher. So that's been one of those things that has stopped me from getting a dishwasher for so many years. I haven't decided if I wanted to lose that lose that cabinet, because then I have to find somewhere else to store my pots and pans. And I have like an L-shaped kitchen. It's pretty weird, so it's not like I got a lot of room. Oh my gosh. Linda Jenkins says that so sad, just heard they have canceled the Wisconsin Quilt Show held in September. And you know, the Paducah show was rescheduled for September. It was in April that was canceled or postponed. And I've been wondering if it's even going to happen, because they were saying that there's a possibility for the fall of this virus coming back. And so end of September is definitely getting into fall season. And I'm scheduled for a retreat with another group as a presenter and instructor. So I'm not even sure if that's going to happen, or if I even want to go, because it's in the middle of October too, right in the middle of fall. So, or sort of kind of middle. But yeah, so it's going to be interesting to see what's going on. And I've already answered Tessie's question. Vicky, go make those cinnamon rolls. I'm sure they're going to be real tasty. Tiffany says, we don't have a dishwasher. We have a faux dishwasher. If it's there for looks, it's broke. She's so silly. She said, we always wash by hand. And it's so funny because everybody, like my friends that have dishwashers, they don't even run them. So that's another reason I hadn't been gung-ho about getting one. They'll wash their dishes, and then they'll put their clean dishes in the dishwasher to hold them while they dry. It's like, okay, so that's a pretty expensive piece of something just to be a dish rack. So it's funny. C-Rack says, get a small countertop dishwasher. I didn't even know they had a small countertop dishwasher. You can get a portable dishwasher, as Mary is saying. I knew they had like portable washers and dryers where you push them up to the sink and then you can pull them back from the sink. Yeah. I don't know if I wanted something I would have to move. A countertop one probably would be better, but I didn't even know they had countertop dishwashers. Susan says, my hubby cooks, I clean up, takes forever. Yes, honey. I said, if he can only wash dishes, he does yard work too, but if he only washing dishes for the most part, he's got it made. June says, T, someone asked earlier what pattern you would quilt on a pineapple block quilt. I must have missed the answer, but I was interested. I did answer it. I said I probably would use something with movement, and I can't off the top of my head like give you any pattern names right now. But even like a Baptist fan, something that has movement, just to give it some texture. Anything with spirals, you can have not just the spirals that curl in and then they just go into the next spiral, but you got ones that are they're long spirals. So anything like that has movement. I wouldn't use anything geometric on it. I'm gonna play on mine since they're just experiment quilts. I have a Panto that actually quilts in pineapples. So I am actually going to use that Panto just because I have it and I paid for it, so I can see what it looks like when it's stitched out. So, but I would do something more on your simplistic side, but some kind of movement, but no like geometric, no squares or rectangles or things like that. Spirals would be good. There's a Panto called Popcorn that probably would be good. Just giving texture. I can't think of names of the blocks right now. And I'm thinking even if you wanted to do all over feathers probably would be cool too. So there's so much you can put on it. I just wouldn't do anything that wants to interfere with the lines. Vicky's resisting making them cinnamon rolls. Oh my gosh. Tessie said a dishwasher takes 3 hours for a load, see, and you can be done in a half hour or less just hand washing the dishes and being done with it, right? And she says it's a commercial dishwasher. She say 3 minutes. I'm sure if I losing one cabinet, I wouldn't want to lose two. I'm sure the commercial one is even bigger, take up more space, but I won't be buying a commercial one because I'm sure that's expensive. Vicky says, I use my dishwasher when I do canning. They keep jars really hot. And Diane also saying, get a portable dishwasher. You just move it to the sink. Like I said, I had one. I had to move a portable washing machine that I had to move to and from the sink. Well, at least hubby doesn't have electronic parts that go bad. You all are so funny. Angela Stringer says, I load my dishwasher all through the day. I turn it on before I go to bed, and I feel good laying down. It's working, and I get to sleep. Yes. Yes, yes. And Mary says that we sold them, so we always had them. That is too funny. I'm trying to think. Oh yeah, so I'm just paper crafting. That's what I'm doing right now. So I'm gonna have to put everything up because I had been working on the retreat, and then since we didn't know if we were gonna have retreat, I just started working on my own projects and quilting more for customers. So now I guess I got to figure out what we're gonna do for retreat and get that stuff in order. So that's gonna be my job. I guess starting next week, I'm gonna try to keep doing what I'm doing, and then I'll have about 3 weeks to 4 weeks to try to finalize everything for retreat. After I have to get them the list and the accommodations and stuff. I need to get all of that taken care of and submit it to them by Friday. So I got to compile everybody's information that I got, check and see if people got any food allergies, and then submit that just so that they don't put something into a meal that you can't see and people are allergic to. So that's one of the things I got to do. Let's see, what else? I've been trying to chill because my February, March, and April, I have been so busy doing so much. And you all haven't seen my show and tell videos, please go watch the show and tell videos I've been uploading every month. So this is kind of I knew I was going to be doing a lot of desk work. I'm doing a lot of editing. I'm doing a lot with retreat right now. So I knew my February wasn't going to have a whole lot of show and tell in it. So, but if you're interested in seeing and you haven't seen those videos, please go ahead and watch those. What else? Trying to think. My week goes so fast, especially with me coming on live on Saturday. And I did not do live on Monday because the previous Monday we got kicked out so many times it was ridiculous. And I think it was because we were on in the daytime while they were doing school as well. So you got a lot more people on in the daytime because of that. Teachers and all the students, and from individual households. So yeah, it was kind of rough. And Tessie says that pricey, but they are under the counter. We use them in our wedding venue. That's pretty cool. Bonita says, are the fabric stores open in your area? Not right now, but they should be open. They are doing curbside pickup. They've always been doing that. They've been advertising on Facebook, having sales on particular things on Facebook. You call the store or you go to their online, and then they will most definitely have anything you want picked up. And if they don't have, like, fabric shops don't have every piece of fabric that they own online. So if you need something in particular and know what it is, you can call them and they'll get your order ready as well. And then you just call when you're outside and they bring you your order. Beverly Seaball says, T, glad you got back up and running on chat. Got to run. Everybody be safe. Good night. And Beverly, I did see that you sent me a PayPal for mailing your blocks back to you, and I'll have to document that. I just saw that when I came in. I hadn't done mail all day, so. let's see. Mary says some or some aren't in the eastern Kansas. She's talking to Bonita about the quilt shops. I don't think there's any quilt shop in the St. Louis area that's currently open for you to walk in right now. Only place you can go and walk in is probably Joann's. So Tiffany says my local quilt shop was open. I actually went to buy 2 spools of long arm thread. Now that's pretty cool. But I'm hoping that they'll be open. I haven't even told them. You know, I had mentioned to one right before they put us on lockdown that I was going to bring quilters into the store. So I haven't even contacted the other ones because I didn't know how many people, even if we were going to be able to have retreat, how many people were going to be involved. So yeah, I have to notify the quilt shops that we plan to do a shop hop. Now, if they're not open and we just bring a limited number of people into the store, they might be willing to open if they're on the Missouri side, because Missouri can technically open if they want to, starting Monday. Well, they're gonna do like a phase opening, I think. But I'm pretty sure by the time June comes here that most of the stuff should be open. But we'll have to figure that out. I have no control. And Cheryl, she's helping Bonita, so you can contact Carolina Cotton Company. I just placed an order online with them. She's asking because we have a shop hop scheduled while we're on retreat. So that's why Bonita is asking. She wants to go into the St. Louis stores, places she hasn't been. And Diane's telling everybody, please like and share this video. If you're new, please subscribe. And also hit that notification bell so you'll be notified whenever I upload a video and or whenever I go live. Triana says, hi, everybody. Welcome, quilting friends. I welcome quilting friends. Hi, Triana. And Mary's saying hi, Triana and Sasha. June Billings is saying hi, Triana and Sasha. Hope you are being good for Tiffy. June Billings, not June, Kim says our quilt shops are open up here with special hours and guidelines per personal communication with owners. Wisconsin governor apparently doesn't think quilt shops are essential, which is so weird when they wanted so many masks made at all these different places that they actually completely shut down the shops. Now, I would agree if they're going to be open that they make sure that their staff and the people visiting are safe. But it was so weird how even just all crafts, because I think a lot of us crafters, that's all we've done. And it's like people ran out of black fabric. It's like we have been doing some sewing to run out of black fabric almost everywhere except for in jelly rolls. It's crazy. Yeah. Yeah, they don't think it's essential, but they wanted our quilting cotton in the mask. Now, they didn't say regular cotton. They wanted quilting cotton, okay? It's funny. And she says, Triana is cooking with me, watching tea. Tiffany says, Triana says, oh, that lady, she is so nice. I love her. She is nice. She says hi to me with love. That is so sweet. That's the thing, you know, the smallest thing. Sometimes you walk past a group of people and you say hello and nobody says hi back. It's like, I guess it hurts people to say hi. You know, that is so weird. But yes, we'll always speak to you, Triana. Maria says, Tiffany, are you close to Goodyear, Arkansas? There's a quilt store there. Desert Stitching. I bought from them when they came to Quilt Festival in Houston. So, yes. I got all kinds of notifications up here. I get so many spam people on my YouTube says, good video, want to be friends? It's like, no. It's mostly spammers, you know, people that are trying to take over your channels and stuff like that. You never know what they're up to. So I always go in here and I mute them on my channel. And then I go and hide it as well. And then sends it twice, you know. Okay, and I'm just trying to go in here and I'm turning off channel notifications and hiding the notifications because I don't want to see it. Okay. That's all you got to say. You haven't really watched the video. And then I got a comment from someone saying, hello, madam. I am a beginner. I would like to buy my very first electric machine. Was using a fully manual machine for learning. Can you please suggest one for me? My needs will be the dresses for my 4-year-old and 2-year-old kids, and also for me. It's some male. I don't know. I don't really tell people what machine to buy because I know a lot of us, we buy machines. If you are a beginner, I recommend you go to a quilt shop and buy a machine. And I know you can buy them over the counter, but when you go to a quilt shop and buy one, you can just get a low-level machine if that's what you want to get. But if you got the money and know what you want to do with quilting, do you want a machine embroider? There are so many things to consider when you're talking about, do I want a machine? Do you want your needle to stop? How the up and down stop? Do you want an automatic threader? Do you want is a manual threader okay? So I tend not to tell people specifically what kind of machine to buy because I want you to go to the quilt shop. I want you to go sew on them. That's what they're there for. They're trying to sell you something. I want you to go to the store and I want you to sew on them, and then I want you to leave. I don't want you to buy anything on that day because you will be pressured into trying to spend your money, but just tell them you want to think about it, want to know what it is that you're going to need a machine. Then you can go from there. The first thing they're going to try to do is sell you a $20,000 sewing machine, and that's not what we're interested in. So you need to figure out what is available out there and buy your machine there, but don't buy it the first day you walk in. Go home and think about it and see what it is you want, because you're going to be overwhelmed, and then go back and buy the machine that you know that you're going to use the majority of the features on. That's my recommendation. I never tell you a model or style or whatever, other than some people were saying, I said I wouldn't buy singers. I'm a singer girl. I have 4 or 5 singers in my house, and I just found that the support isn't there. But some people were saying that they're starting to put more support behind singer. That I haven't seen yet because I haven't checked into that. But that would be the only thing that I personally would tell you, is not to go to singer, because it's owned by Husqvarna, Viking, Foth. They're all under the same ownership. And they really are not pushing singers other than to like Joann's, where you buy the Singer Quantrum. And, it has the embroidery. Some of them have the embroidery modules and stuff like that. But our Joann's here, I'm not sure about around the country, but our Joann's here actually have Abbey Sewing Center in them. And they are a company that's on the Viking side. They more deal with Vikings, so... Just got to do your homework. That's something that I can't do for you. I'm trying to go back into chat comments now. I had to get out for a minute to go through those notifications real quick. So last I read, I think somebody was asking Tiffany, Maria was asking Tiffany about the that quilt store she purchased from in Houston. Angela says, I order everything online. You know, and I try to support some of our local stores as well. So I try to do both because sometimes you can get a cheaper price online, and most times when I purchase, I don't have to pay shipping. It just depends. Some of them will have like a amount that you can get shipping for free, so I like those sites a whole lot. But I still try to go into the local stores a little bit. I don't necessarily buy fabric unless it's clearance fabric, just trying to support. I might buy a yard or two here or there, but I really don't go in a lot because I got my own quilt shop here, okay? Tiffany says, I got a comment in French yesterday, so I cross-searched it and responded back in French. It was pretty neat. She says, I didn't even know I could do that. It takes 2 apps, but I can now. Talk in other languages. Yes, I just used a translator. YouTube has a translator. If you click on anything that's written, and then it'll put it into English, and then you can send it back, and then they can use their translator to put it back in their language. But that's all I do, Tiffany. I didn't download any apps, girl. You are working hard. Kim says, it's good that the quilt shops around here have a personal relationship with their customer base. We call in if we need anything. Curbside delivery payment, 1 person in the store, only by appointment. That's nice. And Diane is saying, get a Janome or a Juki to the person that's asking about machines. Maria says, that would be a good road trip when you feel better. She's saying to Tiffany. I guess Tiffany did respond, but I didn't see it. Excuse me, guys. I got my sinuses acting up. I took medicine before I came in here. Dee Dee Hansen says, watched all the last video and then found this one. So here I am still making masks up to 178. Poor Dee Dee. We got kicked out of that other one. And it was so weird because I couldn't find the first one. And look, it finally popped in me live. It was still stuck on the screen that you see to click the live. It was crazy. So I'm glad you made it over here, girl. She's only 10 more in queue, and then I am hiding under the table. That is funny. And Mary is saying, I don't know how people make so many. Goodness gracious, that's a lot of masks. I had people online talking about they in their 600s and stuff. I'm like, oh no. No. Eric Oder is here. He says, singer. They sang their last song. Now it's all flashbacks with the featherweight. Exactly. If it's not a featherweight, folks don't even want to talk about it right now. Mary says, my son did buy my daughter a singer for Christmas a few years ago and she loved it. If you don't have any problems, see, that's the thing. If you get a dud, there's nobody local that will work on your singers. They tell you to send them in. And that's just so bad when you're a new person. And now you've got to ship your machine. So you're shipping this heavy machine, probably going to spend $50 or so to ship. And then you've got to wait for them to fix it and then send it back. That's your warranty. That's not fair. That's just not fair at all. So you're buying hoping that your machine is good, though. And like I said, I am a Singer person. I have 5. I love Singer, and I didn't even want to switch over to another brand until Singer got sold, and then nobody wanted to put any money into it. They were just basically, they buy Singer because of the name, and then they just sell you these base machines that they don't want to do any service to. I think Bernina is the best machine. Of course, I still have my mother's featherweight. That's from, who was that? Dee Dee. Tiffany says, mine don't have a translate on YouTube. I'm on a non-updated version. It's why my YouTube sucks. A non-updated version. Can't you update YouTube? You should be able to update YouTube. Cheryl says, I have 45 masks to make. then I'm going to try and say no. Try. See, you put that little 3-letter word in there. Oh, that is funny. Kelly says, yeah, I bought more fabric from local quilt stores in the past 6 weeks than I have in the past 6 months. Just trying to help. Want to make sure they are able to stay in business. Exactly. And that's what I probably do when they open up. I haven't purchased a whole lot of anything, but I think even just going to them, I'm hoping that they're open so that we can go on our retreats and then we can support them, and then I'll make sure that I purchase something in every quilt shop that we go into, because I have not bought much for crafting. I only bought a couple of things that I ran out of, and I can't even remember what they were. They were so minor. I can't even remember. I ran out of some office stuff. I had to order a toner. I know that. I ordered a new printer. But what did I order for sewing? I can't even remember. It must have been something really small. And I just ordered that through Amazon because I wasn't going to be bothered with that. We're going to Joann's to pick up that. It was something small. Maria says, good night, everyone, and stay safe and get lost in your quilting. Exactly. We're on here overtime again, guys. I didn't even look at the time. Kim says, I work for a catalog company part-time. All the sewing machines were sold out. All brands we had on hand. Everyone is sewing masks. Exactly. Eric says, I learned on a Singer. It's a great machine to learn on. Yes, it is. And or even the Kenmores were great machines. That was my first machine. And I actually loved that Kenmore machine that I had. And they had, at the time when Sears had service department where they would do the cleanings, and if anything was wrong with your machines, they would fix them. I really enjoyed Sears company products because they really took care of them, but that's not so anymore. Mary says that, Eric, I learned on my mom's Nietzsche. You have never heard of those anymore. I got some old machine that's like locked up because it probably hadn't been used. I'm going to see if I can take it to this guy and see if he can take this thing apart and see if it'll work again, because it's an old metal sewing machine and I've just been holding on to it. I bought it because I wanted the sewing table. The people was only selling it for like $10. They knew it didn't work. And I just wanted the sewing table. But I think I'm going to take that head in, and I've been keeping it as a doorstop. And I don't even know what brand it is. That's what's so funny. I've had it for so long, and it's just sitting there. But I would love if it would start sewing again. And Bonita's talking about, yes, we want to keep your Ace Hardware open. I don't know if we're going to go to Ace Hardware because that's further out. And I haven't been like in a year and a half since the last stuff that I sent you. And I kind of went at the end of the sale and they didn't have a whole lot. That's not to say they don't have a lot now. But I don't know if I'm going to go to Ace yet. We'll see. I don't have it in the plans because I'm trying to get the actual quilt shops in. But we'll see. We're going to definitely hit Jackman's. Jackman's has like a $6 clearance area as well. That sometimes is pretty good. It just depends on what they're clearancing out. Whenever they get new stock in and they don't have place to put them on their shelves, all of their shelves, all the shelves at Jackman's are stacked. And so they're not considered a quilt shop. They're more of a fabric shop, but they sell more quilting fabric than any quilt shop in the area because, well, number one, they were a family-owned business that did bridal, like special occasion. That's how they first came into being. And they had 3 locations. Now they have 2. So they get to buy in bulk so that they can buy more fabric as well. They can buy more than what one quilt shop would buy because they're buying for 3 places. And so they now are buying for 2. But, you know, they have taken over a lot in the area here, although people do still go to the quilt shops. But Jackman's is very nice. I will not let you miss Jackman's for sure. Mary says, Ed T, I need a new printer. What did you get? I got a recommendation to get the tank quilt, the Eco Tank from Epson. So any of the ET series, it's like ET dash a number. I got 40 something something something. 725 or something. I don't know. I can't remember the number. But they gave me a referral on just researching the Epson ecosystem tanks. That's what I got. That's what the ET means. And I ordered it. Actually, I went to order it on Amazon and found it cheaper at Sam's. And also, well, it wasn't cheaper at Sam's. It was probably cheaper at Sam's, about $30 cheaper at Sam's. And on top of that, Sam said if you open up a credit card, we'll give you $49 off your first purchase. So I opened up the credit card, so I got my printer a little bit cheaper as well. So yeah. But just Google it, Mary, and you will find all. I went to actually Epson's site because I wanted to see what was available, and then I went to Amazon to see what they were selling and to get the actual prices. You can order from Epson, but most times you're going to pay a little bit more if you order straight from Epson. And Kelly is saying to Mary that they got bought out by Juki. She's talking about the sewing machine company. Remo says, T, you're right. I'm a sewer and quilter. I was gifted a ruby designed by Viking. I almost bought a brother 18K. I like it, so I am also learning to embroider by machine. I have 4 singers. And a lot of people don't know that most of the machine companies, not Bernina. I'm trying to think who else is not. I'm blocking sewing machines' name. But most of your machines, Vikings, Baby Lock, they're actually brother underneath. It's kind of like the VCR thing where you had one place really was making all the VCRs, and then they put Panasonic, Orion, LV, and whoever else wanted, Sony wanted their names on this stuff. They would make different manufacturing numbers on the VCRs, but like with us now, we just got different companies, so underneath they're the same, and then that company might say, I want these particular things on it, and then brother is the one that's kind of making all the machines and has been for years. So brother machines are nothing to downgrade, because most of them are underneath the hood of a lot of your major machine companies, except for Bernina. Okay, because Bernina is still mostly all metal underneath. And I heard somebody saying, Francesca, she's not here now. She says that she don't even know if Bernina is still having the same pride in their product. And it could be that it's been sold and we don't know, you know. For a long time, Nancy's Notions we thought was owned by Nancy's Notions, and it was for a while. But then Tacomi bought it, and we didn't know at the time. They didn't tell us that Nancy's Notions had been sold. Nancy just go to nancysnotions.com, you know. So you just never know who owns what anymore. But she said that Bernina just messed up so bad. But she's the only person that I have had tell me that. And she had bought it used. It was like somebody traded it in, and it wasn't like a real old model, but the motor went out on it. So she had to get another one, and she went ahead and bought another new Bernina at that point. So she would know that it was a good machine from the start and not just getting a used machine. Mary says, just get a good heavy machine that runs smoothly and quiet. Yes. Janet Mackerel says, you bought Filty for mask. Yes, I did. Kim says, I think a lot of quilt shops up here, we're trying to stay open under the radar during the quarantine. And I think we do have one Illinois shop that said you could come and, you know, make an appointment on a certain day or something. And some of them were open like particular hours of the day, because I think that's what Jackman's is now. It's open like certain hours, but it's not like the total hours that they would normally be open. It might only be 3 or 4 hours that they're open. So and Remo says, no, I didn't buy that, brother. Not impressed. Joan says, I love my Kenmore, which I still wish I still had it. I actually got my very first Kenmore machine in the garage because I had given it to my daughter, and she brought it back. And for a quilter, I can still use it. It just, she broke the reverse stitch, and I tried to see if I could find that or have anybody fix it, and nobody can fix it because there are no parts. So, yeah. But, I still have my Kenmore. And Cheryl says, my Kenmore was a workhorse. Exactly. And it sold through any and everything and didn't even pause. Here, that Kenmore was serious. Eric says, was Nacho bought by Kansu? You talking about Nishi? Joan Elkins say, hi, Eric. Where in the world are you today? He's saying, yeah, he is talking about Nishi. The Kenmores were made by Janome to Sears specs. And that's how things tend to work. It's like everybody has got their hand in the pot, you know. But those were some good machines, and they still sew to this day. That's what I need to pull out and see if I can use it. See how fast it sew. But I have to figure out 1/4 inch on that, because when I bought that, you know, I was sewing clothes 5/8 inch foot. So I'm sure I don't have any 1/4 inch foot for that. But I can mark that and keep right on going. Radine is here. She says, I learned to sew on a military issue Nishi my mom bought in Morocco in 1953. Woohoo! And Eric goes, my phone apparently thinks I'm at Taco Bell. That is funny. Kim says, will we be doing a carpool to these quilt shops? And that's what we're going to have to decide. I'm just going to leave that up to the group to decide. Normally we carpool, we put 4 people in a car. I don't know how we're going to do that. We can, you know, we'll figure it all out at retreat. But if they're open, we're going. If they will open, we're going. So right now I'm just trying to get us set, and then maybe, I don't know, a week out or something, I'll probably call each quilt shop and see if they're open and what their status is, and let them know what our plans are. But yes, I plan the carpool, but we'll have to see how that works. Judy says, I have a Nishi that is 45 years old. It's the best. Was sewed through thick leather, made in Italy, all metal underneath. Actually, Nachos does sound good right now. That's Eric again. He's hungry. Tiffany says, oh, I did inquire about having a custom table made for my long arm to be used as a sit down during the summer. They have to even see if parts are even available for conversion and let me know. Wow. And Tessie's asked, where is Jackman's? Got Jackman's in just St. Louis. It's in St. Louis County, but we all just say St. Louis. And then we also have one, so that's St. Louis, Missouri. We also have one in Fairview Heights, Heights, Illinois. Janet says, my sister Judy has Nishi. She always bragged on that machine. Hey, Judy, where are you? She was up there, girl. I will take a bean and cheese nacho. That's from Diane to Eric. Mary says, thanks, T. I used to have an Epson. I actually started out with the Epson family buying the laser printer. I'm trying to think, what was the name of that printer? It's been so long ago, I can't remember. Because I really like, we used them at work, and so I really found that I like those. So I always keep a laser printer just from me working. Always. A lot of people have stopped liking the Epson dot matrix printers because they eat up a lot of ink, and the ink is very expensive. Now, I found on the Eco Tank that it's, from just looking at it for right now, I'm doing okay with printing and ink and all of that kind of stuff. So it's working pretty good. I did get like a higher model because I wanted one that was going to be my fax and my printer, like the scanner printer fax thing. So I did go up. I didn't get like the level that I was referred to get. But it is one level over the one that I got. I wish I had probably gotten that one because it probably, like right now I have to put all of my, like if I want to print on envelopes, I got to take all the paper out the tray and adjust the tray and then put the envelope in the tray. On my other printer, and I didn't pay attention when I bought it, but on my other printer, I had a multi-purpose tray that I could put any of my random documents into. So I'm still using my laser printer because it has a multi-purpose tray when I need to do envelopes and things like that. Quilt Gal saying, what about Janome? They're good machines. They're very good machines. Oh, she's asking what about Janome as far as under brother? Is Janome under Foth? Or are they still by themselves? I know Foth and Viking are together. I thought they had Janome. I'm not really sure. And it's been a little while since I've done, and the reason, sometimes I find this information out because I'm one of those people that even when I'm at quilt shows, I'll go up and I'll start talking to various people. I also have done lectures on some of this stuff, and so then I've done background research. Brother was the first embroidery machine to come out, and that was because they were the first ones doing embroideries where they had these machines that for every stitch, it was kind of like the punch card where you had all this long stuff just to stitch out, you know, punch out stuff on the punch cards. They had machines that were like factory long just to do like a piece of lace. So I kind of found this out by doing some research, and then I also talked to some of the shop owners when they're saying stuff, and then they told, one lady was trying to sell me a Foth, and she was telling me that they're also Viking and Singer. And so I didn't even know that Singer was under them because I had a local place that sold Viking. They didn't sell the Foths, and they would never even mention Singer. So when I asked her about a Singer, they were in the back. They put them in the back. They don't want to talk about that. So you got to talk to these people to know what's going on in the industry. Otherwise, we'll never know what's going on. King Quilter brought out Tin Lizzie when it comes to long arms, but they are made by Handy Quilter. It's confusing who owns what and what machine is what. Exactly. And Tin Lizzie still need to work on them frames. So now it'd be King Quilter, whoever it is, because them aluminum frames still vibrate too much. They need to work on that frame. Since they want so much money for it. Kim says, being from Wisconsin, after Nancy passed away, I heard her husband sold it to get out of the business. Nancy's Notions was sold way before she died because Tacony is here in St. Louis, and they have been the one that's been shipping out the product. They were the distributors here. They're the ones that own Nancy's Notions and always had while she was alive. Even for years while she was alive. I found that out by one of the sewing vacs that are in that particular area. But you cannot go to the door and order anything. It was not an open door store. Nancy had so much business, I'm pretty sure when she knew she was going to pass that she started taking care of things and started getting rid of stuff. Joan says that their shops are open by appointment only. Eric says, and Grace Company manufactures long arm frames for everyone. That's pretty cool. And they are at the quilt shows. They take up a lot of space, and they give you a nice floor too. I just go to Grace stall just to get off the concrete floor. Oh gosh. Sewing machines. Singer, Janome, Juki, Bernina, Elna, Brothers, and Sparrow. Okay, see, I had missed. Didn't know anything about Sparrow. I've never had it, and I just forgot about Juki. And I thought Elna's was gone. I didn't even know they still sold Elna's. That's pretty cool. Lisa says, I learned on a single treadle. My great grandmother taught me to make the Barbie clothes to keep me out of her hair. Now that's pretty interesting. If you're making Barbie clothes on a treadle, girl, you was good. And Diane says you can get feet for that Kenmore tee. Now that'd be pretty cool. I need to see. I could remember that Kenmore was a fast sewer. I'm gonna have to pull that thing out the garage, dust it off, clean it up, and that was the nice thing about the old machines. They told you exactly in the book where to oil, where to clean, and so you didn't have to take your machine in like you do with these new things nowadays. But yes, I love it. Because they'll tell you, your machine doesn't need oil. And then when I take my machine to the shop, they oil it. It's like, so you all are lying in the book. It's weird. Mm-mm. Mm-hmm. Okay, so and Remo and Eric says that they think Janome is still by themselves. That's pretty good. And that'll keep your quality up when you're not combined in with other companies, and then they're going to decide on the administrative level where they're going to put their money. Janome was the first company. I don't know if any other ones have it because I just stopped looking because I'm not buying any more embroidery machines that's going to cost me $20,000 brand new. I'm not doing that. But they had the hoop that was so big you could hoop like something that was like 25 inches or something. It was huge. I could have stepped in that hoop and pulled it all the way up over my head. It was so big. I had never seen a hoop that big in my life. And that was years ago. I'd say at least 7-8 years ago. It's just amazing. And that was Foff, not Janome, Foff. And I'm laughing at Diane's message. Janome is still a loner. This time I think it's almost good to be a loner. Cheryl says, I love my Janome. I even see vinyl bags on it. Someone told me Handy Quilter is owned by Janome. I'm eating, but still here. That's Tiffany. Diane loves her Janome. Kim says, I didn't know that I was at the store in Beaver Dam June 2018. Then I heard it was closed. Yeah, in Beaver Dam, yeah, because, yeah, I don't know when they closed that. I also know that Keepsake Quilting was talking about closing their storefront too, and I think it's closed. I think I posted something in Teaquilts when they made that announcement. Remo says, quilt shops here in Maryland are letting you know that machines aren't returnable. Mass making is big business here. Wow. So if you buy, well, I don't think any of them they'll tell you can come in and bring it in for an upgrade. But I don't think any of them will be happy if you're trying to return a machine. I don't think you can. Elna. I'm laughing at Eric because he's naming Elena. That is too funny. And Eric says 25-inch hoop. Did you hula with it? I wanted to, but I'm like, don't even touch it, Teajuana, because I had never seen a hoop that big in my life. And that was when we had taken a road trip to Columbia to go shop hopping in Columbia, Missouri area, because they got a lot of quilt shops there. And we went into trying to think which one. Satin Stitches she was one of the ones that had it first that I saw. So it was pretty interesting. Hi, Sandra Hobbs. Welcome. We're almost finished. We're about to leave the chat. So that's it. I have read all of you all's comments. So I think I'm going to go. Trying to make sure nothing else is coming through. Let me get rid of this. Hold on. Okay. Eric says Columbia, Missouri. The college town where the Mizzou Tigers play. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and end here. Eric says he's saying something else. I saw it come up. Hold on. He says, oh, Columbia, Missouri. I was about to say that's a long road trip. No, Columbia, Missouri. So that's it, guys. I'm going to go ahead and end here. And we'll come back next week. I'm not sure if I'm going to do Saturday or not. If I do, I'll put it up like an hour earlier or before, so it won't be at the last minute. I'm not sure what I'm going to do Saturday, if I'm going to have time to cut more fabric, because I'm doing a lot of desk work and I got to go now and re-edit a video. I'm having some issues with uploading on YouTube, so I'm trying to get caught up on the Butler videos that I've recorded so that I can start doing some other video recording. So yeah, if you don't know the deadline on the blocks for the block swap, it is May 31st, 2020. Need to have your blocks to me, not mailed, but to me on May 31st. I should have all the blocks in so that when I start talking with Kevin, we can decide when we can swap them out, or do we even want to wait until retreat? That's an option too. You know, when you go to retreat centers, you got plenty of room for tables and stuff. So we're going to see what we're going to do and get back with you guys. So thank you all so much for coming into the live chat. Thank you all for coming into the second live chat. I appreciate that as well. And I will see you all next week, if not Saturdays. Stay blessed and stay safe, everybody. Bye. And Tiffany is saying, okay, T and everyone, have a great rest of the night or week. I can't remember. I can't see the last part. It disappeared on me. But bye, everybody.